been a moment, hasn't it? I know, I've been MIA. I've missed you. I really have. But everybody in their life needs a break, right? I know I have. I hope you're doing good. I needed a break because, well, the journey in and of itself, I needed re-examining. And I'm here because, well, I wanted to, I guess, invite you along for my journey again. Reintroduce myself. Hey, I'm Samantha Lee, and I'm from Soul Pathways. And if you're willing, I'd like to invite you along for my journey in life, where we'll talk, possibly even on a daily basis through these videos about everything from love, healing, life, relationships. I was born a psychic medium. I'm Native American, I'm a healer. I have all my clairs. A list of labels, very long, too long to list, but I figured, you know, rather than doing all that, you know, I know what my mission here in life is, and it's to share my life with you. And what's the best way to do that than just start sharing it? So I figured, what better way than to sit down and start acting like we're best friends. So cozy on up, grab a cup of coffee, tea, water, whatever it is you like to drink. And let's get chit-chatting for today. I don't know where you're at, but where I'm at, it's snowing today. I'm in the northern hemisphere. I'm in Michigan. And it seems today, February 3rd, 2026. It's a good day to start something new. What do you say? I've thought long and hard about things, how I'm going to handle sharing my life, my story, all the stuff I'm meant to give. You see, I have quite a lot of knowledge to share, and I want to give it, so I'm going to. I guess we could just sit and chit-chat. I don't know about you, but you could always leave a comment below. Tell me, do you have any educational background? And if not, that doesn't matter, really. I'm probably the least judgmental person you're ever going to meet. I have a master's in counseling. It wouldn't fit me to sit around and judge people when you're counseling people. That just doesn't work. Trust me, I know. I'm also got a certification in life coaching. I've met some very different kind of people, but I'll admit, I'm one of the most eccentric people you're ever going to meet. And I love that about me. In fact, I love me. I encourage loving yourself. It's the basis of all things. In fact, if there's anything you're going to find out in life, if you don't love yourself, you're going to find it hard to really do anything. And I think that's the bit of wisdom I would like to hand out to everybody on this journey. Where would I start today? Well, I know in the winter we're in the middle of death and rebirth. Well, I mean, the trees have no leaves, the grass is gone. The world has basically shut down in hibernation. It's dead. But something deep inside is growing and going to be reborn in the spring. And I would have to say that would be held true for most of the collective too. You see, I'm also a channel. I'm a divine child as well. I'll be as authentic as I can be, which is rather all I can be, and I would say to you, do the same. Wouldn't you value truthfulness in a society that tends to wear masks? I know I would. 7 on the timer, 7 being one of my most divine numbers. 777. When I see 7s, I know that my Father Divine is talking to me, and I am not a religious person. I'm quite spiritual, rather, being Native American. Definitely more about nature, but I was raised in a Baptist family, though, I'll admit, and I did get baptized, so I'll admit, going to church was very hard for me. I was not somebody who was capable of paying much attention to that. Doesn't mean that I don't value others, though, or respect others that do. I feel this world is full of a diverse melting pot of people, and we're all needed. In fact, Divine created everybody, and everybody is a necessity in this world. Everybody plays a role in this world. So, I look nothing like what I've been through in life. And I have to thank Divine for that. But it's almost like a curse because people think she's been through nothing. People look at me and a lot of assumptions are made about me. In fact, a lot of people don't know practically anything about me because I really don't talk to a lot of people. I keep to myself. Facts. I'll have to admit, I'm somebody who's been through the ringer in life. What does that mean? Well, if you name a trauma, I've probably been through it or something similar. And there's a reason for it, because it was part of my spiritual journey, that I was meant to go through these things so I could heal them and then share that with you guys, so you guys can learn how to heal yourselves and become your best selves, reaching your highest timelines in this lifetime, raising your vibrations. And that is part of this vlogging situation as well. But it will come. It is not the focus, but it is in an offset kind of way. I'd have to say at the basis of all of this is self-love. It is, and I'm getting chills through my body. What? Well, let's just say this. You have one life and one body, one mind. If you think for 1 second that self-love doesn't have anything to do with healing yourself, that's kind of weird, right? I mean, when you love yourself, you choose to heal. You choose to do the inner work, no matter how difficult, how scary. You step forward and out of those limiting boundaries, the comfort zones we set forth for ourselves, to become better, our better selves. I've been doing that my entire life, especially lately. This is me doing it again. A little known fact about me. If I tell somebody or something, my Father Divine, that I'm going to do something, I follow through. I've got integrity. There's something about it. I don't know if you want to call it old school, but I find that not a whole bunch of people got that these days. But I do. It's like the handshake, right? Back in the day, people would... there weren't contracts back in the day. People, when they made deals with one another, they would shake on that, right? I learned that in history. They didn't sign anything. It was based on a handshake. The men would shake hands. Well, it's kind of like that. I mean, if you say you're going to do something, do it. Too much these days, I find people are all talking, no action, right? I don't want to, I mean, it's nice to hear, but show me. I'm kind of like, I say it to my kid a lot. I'm in the show me phase of life, I guess. Okay, now follow that up with action. Because here, too, because I'm certified as a law of attraction life coach, you attract not only what you think, but how you speak and how you emote. And they have to be in line. They have to align. They have to be the same. So if you're thinking one thing, saying another, and then feeling another, your outcome is going to be quite dastardly, don't you think? So getting the three to correlate or correspond or be aligned is significant. A lot of people don't even put much stock into the emotional aspect of manifesting, but it is the fuel necessary for the rocket of desire, for the rocket of manifesting. You need your emotions to manifest. People don't think about that. They only think your thoughts are what's necessary backed by your action, but no, you need those emotions, because those emotions are like the gas for your car. Your car's not going nowhere, or your rocket isn't going nowhere unless you put the fuel, which is your emotions, inside. So that is that's what I consider integrity for me. Do what you say you're going to do. So I follow through. I might have been on hiatus, but it was because I was working through things. And even now, with this, I'm somebody who thinks rather expansively ambitious I am, for sure. I have all intentions for this to keep going, but if not, it will definitely turn into something greater or different. I trust it. I'm somebody who believes you're right where you're supposed to be on your journey. So I know I'm right where I'm supposed to be, and so are you. Wherever you're at today, you're exactly where you're meant to be on your journey. No matter if you're comfortable or uncomfortable in that spot, there's a lesson in that spot for you. Try and learn the lesson. Try and understand why you're there. There's always a lesson. It's always about looking within, because all the answers they're not outside you, they're inside. They're not outside. So like I said, this is more like an introduction. I'm a single mom, and I just, I wanted to change things up. I don't know that every single time I'm going to be sitting here talking to you. Who knows? You might come with me to meditate. You might come with me grocery shopping. You might see me cooking while we talk. Who knows? You might see me working on a creative project, because I am very creative. I make jewelry. I made these. I do tons of stuff. I make my own decks of cards. I read. I do tarot readings. I'm a channel. I'm a medium, so I've been seeing dead folks since I was a little girl, and pets. I'm a whisperer. I speak to animals living as well, like a little Snow White. I'm somebody who hugs trees. I don't care if you judge me. That's fine. I've been judged my whole life. Oddly enough, I am somebody who has always been a unicorn, not a black sheep. I mean, everybody calls it a black sheep. I'm a unicorn. Honey, I'm a unicorn. I'm beyond a black sheep. And I sit not at the foot, but on the lap of my Father Divine. I asked him a long time ago if I could sit on his lap, and he said yes. So I sit with my Father, and we're talking all day, every day. I don't even need to go into prayer or meditation to talk with my Father or anybody. I'm a channel to everything. I can channel higher selves. I'm an ascended master. I'm a lot of things, and like I said, a lot of the skill sets have developed. A lot of the skill sets have developed through trauma, believe it or not, over the last decade or so, 2 decades. I'll say the gifts these psychic gifts, they're inherent in everybody, but usually activated by divine. And they're activated typically through trauma. Traumatic events. Either now or in a past life, I was just told that. At 2020, or 20 even on my timer. It was 2000 on my timer. So, because we don't live just one life, how boring would that be? And how short would that be? You wouldn't get anything accomplished. I'm an ancient soul. Facts. I'm so good with Akashic records. My very first birth, I've seen my very first chart in the Akasha, and it wasn't human. I'm Pleiadian. I was born as an original, and I was born before humanity even existed. Facts. Yeah. I was asked to come into this lifetime to help the world. I didn't need to come. I was asked to come. I was asked to volunteer, and so I did. And here I am. And a lot of my life, I was hidden in plain sight. Who would ever think something like this would be able to do any of the stuff I just said? I was even hidden from myself. I had to go through a bunch of stuff to activate. See, a lot of this stuff lay dormant in me until it was activated. So this is what I didn't even know, and a lot of the people didn't even know until I'm sharing it now. A lot of the stuff I wasn't even aware of, and there's still even stuff I'm being told is just now getting activated. In fact, I'm just finding out, like my family that I thought was my birth family, I've got 2 last names. You know how when you're born, the babies are put in the little baby unit at the hospital where they're watched over, and they're each put in a little crib in there. And on that crib, there's, well, back in the day, there were cards on each crib which listed like their name and their patient number or their ID number. Well, my crib card was handwritten. Handwritten. I was born in. I'm gonna be 50. I'm this close. This close. So I'm a half a century years old. Hey, Nelson. Like I said, I'm ancient. I hug trees. Come on, they're my friends. They do talk, believe it or not. The wind talks. Anyways, I was with my mother in my teens. I could have been prepubescent. And we were going through, there was a filing cabinet full of family photos and other mementos. And I came across my crib card. And I seen it, and there were 2 names on it. My last name, the one I felt, I always thought it was my birth family. It was there. And then there was another one which had been crossed out. And this is just coming to light within the last year and a half. So long story short, I'm 49, and I'm just finding out that I could have been adopted, stolen, switched at birth. And I bet many of you are like, well, why don't you ask your family? Why don't you talk to them? And that's a long story, and I'm at 2544, but what I'll say is this. You're looking at somebody who was raised in a household of alcoholics. And I am a recovering alcoholic. I quit drinking in 2008. Thank you, God. So I'm a recovering alcoholic. I've been clean and sober because I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs, and I've been celibate 14 years. No boyfriends, no sex. To clean myself, well, there's a story there too. I kept attracting alcoholics in, and I knew that it had to do with me. That there was healing work here in my thought patterning, but inside me, I had to find the origin and heal it before I could start attracting better. And I've been waiting and healing, waiting and healing. Nevertheless, my home life, as I got older, because I lived with my parents, became very difficult, with them both being alcoholics. They were both alcoholics, and they both popped over-the-counter medication while drinking. My mom became addicted to opioids, and near the end, she had told me she was capable of getting herself off of them, which I was proud of. I don't know if that's true or not, but... And then my father was on a bunch of other meds for his own stuff. Nevertheless, my father was the one who was Native American, Chippewa Indian. I am actually quarter, I think. I am part of the tribe. I have my tribal card, and my son does too. And we'll just say there was domestic violence and a need for me to leave my family behind. I had to. Divine asked me to, and I knew it was a need if I was ever going to move forward on my journey. And so we'll talk at greater lengths about that and how I did it, what happened, in another video, okay? But, yeah, I literally just found out that I may not be who I've always thought I was. That would be par for the course for my life. Yeah. Talk about, yeah. So I actually have no family, none. I cut everybody off because there was a very huge betrayal that correlated with the ending of when I had to leave. and it involved all my siblings and my father. My mother had dementia, and she was terminal. I couldn't include her. But she was cut off anyways, and that's where the betrayal lay with my mother. Through my mother. Between my relationship with my mother, but through my siblings and my father. And then I had to cut off all other relatives. Because I knew that somehow it would be so much drama. So it was all or nothing, and I had to do all. Because, so my family consists of God and my son. And it has worked. I ripped out my family tree, and I planted a new one, and it's looking pretty good. It really is. Until it didn't. Because here's the thing about not having family, the downside. Strangers, they see you without people, and remember what I said about the whole vulnerability thing? People don't think, they just do. They don't think she has God or anything. They just say, there's a very pretty lady or whatever. Maybe not. Who cares? I don't care. And they think she's vulnerable. And then they attack. And there's another story. Because the moment I wound up being made homeless due to the betrayal of my family and the domestic violence with my child, we were made homeless. A whole group of people decided that they were going to start harassing me because they saw that I had no family. Yeah. But as you can see, I'm still here. That was in 2023, and it's 2026. So we'll talk on that, and I'll share with you about that. Because at the end of the day, you can do anything you set your mind to. Like I said, at the basis of all is self-love. Belief in yourself and a good relationship with your higher power, whatever that is for you. It doesn't have to be named God. It can be named Creator, Universe, whatever. Lawn chair in the front yard. Whatever you call that thing. Hope. You can call it hope. Faith. You might not even have a name for it. That thing. Energy. Science. Who knows? It doesn't matter to me. Just as long as you're taking good care of yourself. Because it matters to me that you're caring about you. Because that's what I'm here for. I am an earth angel after all. As a chosen one, that's exactly what I am. So, with 3434 on my timer, I'll say this. If you're here still, know I love you. Facts. We're one. That's another fact. We were made by one thing. Facts. And I'm going to keep posting. I hope you continue to join along. I'll share nuggets of information. Some days I might give readings, other days maybe not. Maybe I'll give stories, and or maybe you can do meditation with me. Who knows? We'll switch it up. Keep it fresh, as fresh as I can. If you have suggestions, let me know. I'm open to that. But this is going to be fun. It's going to be different. My kid, he's not much of a talker, so I figured this would be the best way. It gives me somebody to talk to about the things going on. So, for now, this is what's going on. Confirmation. That beeping. Yeah, my conversations with God are through beeps, noises, animals, angel numbers, conversations, music, you name it. I hear him. I see him. He's in everything for me. And you would have to believe that to be true for a prophet. That's what I am. Confirmation again. Much love to you. It was 36:56, 9/11. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other. Stay warm. May blessings flow to you and through you. Be sure to pay that forward. Be kind to one another. The world needs love and kindness. Be well.